Hey, it's freaking me. Freaking Magic Johnny 8-Ball. You didn't expect that. You're like, hey, where's Johnny? Oh, there he is. That's me. Freaking Johnny. Magic Johnny 8-Ball. Today we got another review for you. What is it? Let's see it. Oh, what is it? This is, uh-oh. Hey, where's the other dude dead? This dude dead. Yeah, what is this? This is some good stuff. Yeah, this is what you need in life. This is Ladybug. Paul Harris's presents, plot made of the bath. You know what I'm saying? Hey, plot based on a plot by Paul Vigil. Designed and manufactured by Roy Cooper. He's a great guy. He does a bunch of cool work. I don't know whose idea this was.
I believe it was Paul Vigil's work.
Paul Vigil? Who's the dude on the DVD?
I think his name is Alexander Slemmer.
Yeah. Okay. I thought that was his idea.
And Joe Russell teaches on it as well.
But anyway, you know, it's Paul Harris Presents, so you know it's going to be some good stuff. You know, I don't know if we can show you what's in this little bag. Can we show you what's in this little bag? A little bit. Let me just show you just a little bit. Let me just show you just enough. Okay, no, okay, so the idea is you're going to cut yourself. But not like that, okay? You're going to cut yourself and you're going to be like, hey, look at this. I'm going to take a little bit of my blood here, right? And then I'm freaking going to, you know, this is the knife. Look at that. Inconspicuous. You don't see nothing. That's it. That's it. That's your gimmick. That's what you got to carry around on you. That's all. You're going to be like, hey, check this out. Bam, I cut myself. Bam, look at that. That's a freaking ladybug. Look how beautiful that is. Look at that. Everyone's going to be like, oh, look at that. That's a freaking butt. What is that? What is it? How'd you do that? They'll be like, hey, I can't tell you because it's freaking Magic Johnny 8-Ball. If I told you, I'd just be Johnny 8-Ball. Who's that guy? No one wants to be that guy. So, let's see what you got. Ask some questions, man.
All right, let's start off with the difficulty. This seems like a very, amazing effect. But let's start off with, if you can do this effect, how hard would you say it is to learn, or if somebody's looking into it? Is this something that they need to put months into, a couple weeks, a couple days? I mean, just to get the basic handling down. What would your...
Hey, you know, to get the basic handling, you're gonna have to sit down for a little bit. You know, you're gonna have to, say, hey, Ma, chill out. I gotta practice this. Ma! You know? So that's fine. You're gonna sit down in your room. You're gonna be like, hey, you know, just be careful. Nobody comes in there because they're gonna think, you know, what's wrong with freaking Johnny 8-Ball? You're like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm just trying to, you know, don't let nobody see you practice this because you look like a freaking weirdo. You know. All right. As far as the handling goes, it's relatively simple. I mean, you know, if you could do a double lift, I think you could do this. You know. So can I say double lift? Okay. So you could do that. Then you could do this. The main thing, I think, the hardest thing would actually be, you know, convicting yourself that, you know, you got, ow, I'll just cut myself. Why'd I do that? You know, so you gotta, you know, get into that. You gotta act a little bit. You gotta be like, hey, I'm not just joking around here and really cutting myself. Because, you know, you want your spectators to think that. You don't want to be like, yeah, look at that. Look at that. You don't want to do that. You want to be like, why am I doing this? Oh, yeah, because I want to show you this. Check this out. Bam. That's what you want to be doing.
So the difficulty here is more in presentation than is what you're saying?
Definitely, everything's definitely more in presentation and timing and, you know, what you're going to say.
Let's talk about the quality of the gimmick. What do you think about the way it was made?
I think, if I'm not mistaken, me and you actually bought this around the same time, like, what, 4 years ago? 4 or 5 years ago? We still got it. I think they give you little extra pieces just in case you miss something. You misplaced something, but I haven't even misplaced the first one. I still got 2 backups, and I'm pretty sure you do too, right? Yeah, that's all you need. I mean, it's gonna last you forever. As long as you take care of it, not just like, hey, back home, you know, toss your stuff around. You know, it's gonna last you forever. You know, you got well-made gimmick. A 10 on that. Definitely you get a 10 for the gimmick.
Let's talk about the handling of the ladybugs, loading them in, caring for them. How easy or difficult is that, and how well does the DVD cover that aspect?
The DVD covers it, you know, I mean, it pretty well, you know. They cover it really well, and number one, it's not even that hard anyway. You say, hey, you jump on, you say, I need some freaking ladybugs, you know, for my own personal pleasure. I need some freaking ladybugs. They send you a box, and then you freaking stick the box in your freaking fridge, and you leave them there. Whenever you feel like doing them, you freaking take one out. You say, look at that. Bam. Ladybug. That's it.
And how easy is it to get the ladybug into the gimmick?
Hey, typically, when you pull the ladybug out of the fridge, it's in hibernation, so they're, like, not doing nothing anyhow. They're just like, hey, what's gonna go on? You know? How you doing? I haven't seen nobody in a while. You know, you're gonna have a little conversation with them, but they're just gonna sit there. And then, you know, you're gonna do the secret move, I guess you could say, because, you know, can't expose this. You know, you're gonna do a secret move, and then the end of the bug is completely fine. You ain't gotta worry. I don't squish no bug. I don't want to kill no bug. No, I don't want to do that either. You know, I'm Johnny 8 Ball. I may be, you know, hey, yo, hey, that may be me, but I don't want to kill no bug. I ain't that kind of guy. So, you know, the bug is completely safe. You ain't got to worry about hurting the little boogie. Boogie's going to be okay. He's going to be chilling for a little bit. And then you'll be like, hey, check this out. Bam! You're free to go for it.
Who would you say this effect is for? Because it does seem to be kind of like, you know, a darker, maybe geeky, you know, geek magic type of effect. I mean, there's some people out there that cutting your finger and bleeding and then turning into a ladybug may not fit for, or they may be able to get to work. But who would you say this effect is designed for? What type of performer is this effect geared towards?
This effect is definitely not for, hey, look at me, I'm freaking Mr. Card Guy, do my S fan, look at that, oh, look at that, I'm a cool guy because I do my S fan, you know, hey, look at these 4 aces, oh, I put them back in the deck, hey, you know, oh, look, oh, there they are again, oh, gotcha, bitch ass, ha ha ha, that's not for you, this isn't for you, because you're going to take this and you're like, hey, look at me, I'm cutting myself, ha ha, isn't that funny? No, this is a serious piece of magic, and you can't be like, blowing it off, this is it, you know, this is real magic. If you had magical powers, you know, turning your blood, you know, your life force into another thing that's alive, that's real magic, that's power. And, you know, this is something that, you know, I would want to say something more for, like, the artsy kind of people, the people who really think, you know, magic is something that should be presented, you know, on a decent level, you know, not as a hee-hee, ha-ha, you know, look at me, I'm the dude in the bright blue suit. You know what I'm saying? That's not for you.
And why don't you comment on your experience getting out and performing this? Because I know you've gotten out and done this effect for quite a while. What have your reactions been like? What is the, you know, just kind of comment on your personal experience performing this effect.
This is definitely something when you do this. I mean, you know, I don't know. I mean, obviously, if you're watching this, you probably like magic as a kid, and you're sitting there, you know, as a little kid, and you're like, hey, Mom, can I get some lemonade? Because I'm going to freaking watch this dude on TV freaking produce doves from a hat. Bam, look at that. That's awesome. You know? When you watch that for that moment, you're like, hey, that's awesome. How's he doing that? You know, what's that coming from? It's the, you know, as a kid, you're awestruck, you know. Paul Harris has a great idea of what astonishment is, and that's what it is. You're freaking astonished. But, you know, when you grow up a little bit, you're like, hey, that's, you know, not like that anymore. It's a little harder to become astonished. But this is a moment that you can give to other people that is just pure astonishment. You know, every time I've done this, people are just like, wait a second. This is out of the ordinary. You know, people know you do magic. Hey, people know Johnny 8 Ball. Yeah, he does magic. He's good with cards. He's good with coins. You know, he's good with this kind of stuff. He freaking shake his foot in the shoelace ties. You know, hey, check that out. But when you pull this out and you say, hey, look at this, and you get serious with them, you say, hey, I cut myself. You better fucking watch this. You know, and that little bit of blood turns into a freaking ladybug. That's a beautiful piece of magic that you're gonna want to share with people, and people are really gonna appreciate that. Every time I do this, people say, oh, that was beautiful. Johnny 8 Ball, sometimes they cry a little bit. It's good stuff.
On a scale of 1 to 10, give Ladybug a rating?
I would have to say, yo, it's a little pricey. You know, I think it was like, what, it was $100 when I bought it. But that's totally worth it. I mean, it's a good gimmick. Like I said, 5 years, still got it, still ticking, still hitting strong. Still, you know, still able to, you know, produce the, you know, little ladybugs, you know what I'm saying? So I'd have to say this is a good 10. This is a good 10. It's worth the money. If you gotta put a little time into it, you gotta get a bag of ladybugs. But that's okay, because you're gonna be out there wowing people. So this is a 10. This is good. It don't come like this. This is just, you know, the way we, you know, don't want to give it all away. But this is something you need in your life. This is good, strong stuff. Oh, one more thing. This is the setup, the reset. It's pretty easy. You can take a couple ladybugs out with you. They got some ways to do so. And then the reset, you know, you're going to have to go out. But this isn't something you're going to be doing at every table. This is a moment that you're going to want to unleash every once in a while, you know. So if you're a restaurant, you know, working magician and stuff like that, you know, you could definitely perform probably about like 5 times a night. The only thing is like how much you want to step aside and reset it up. But the setup is relatively simple.
And any final words on Ladybug? Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I mean, Paul Harris is a great guy. Look at the magic he's done. Look at all he's done for the magic community. And, you know, if you wanted to get something from him, that would be like, you know, because he kind of seems like that grandpa. Seems like that cool grandpa guy. You'd be like, hey, you know, check this out. I got this from Grandpa's magic chest. And this is how he does some crazy good stuff. You know how you'd feel about getting something like that? This is the feeling you're going to get when you get this. You're going to cherish it for the rest of your life. I definitely recommend Ladybug.